Hey everybody, Michael here from Replica Airguns, and I have my Beeman P17 or 2004, and this is a single pump pneumatic .177 caliber pellet pistol. It's a target pistol with fully adjustable sights, fiber optic front and back. So check out the specifications and details for this pistol. I have done a tabletop video, so you can check that one out. I'll put a link in the description for you to do that. And we're going to put this gun through the test here. We're going to put a few rounds, or basically maybe 3-4 rounds through the Chrony. If they're consistent, we'll just do 3 or 4. If it's kind of going up and down, we'll do a little more. We'll just see what happens, right? We just want to find out what the actual real world FPS is. Beeman claims 410 using, I'm assuming, lead pellets. We're using 6 hour. These are going to be about 6.9 to 7 grain flathead pellets. They should do the job. And then once we get the chronograph velocity reading, we're going to put a paper target 30 feet downrange, fresh paper target, and I'm going to put probably 5 rounds, or we'll see, into the target. Takes a little bit. Like with other guns, I'll do 10, but with these guns, we got to pump them and load them up. It takes a little bit of time. So if we can get 5 really nice shots, 5 to 6, we'll see how it goes. Then we'll do that and see what kind of grouping we get. Okay, so let's get going. We're going to load this up, single pump, so that doesn't take long. Probably the longest part here is getting this pellet in there, because I got these sausage fingers. You want to put it nice and seated, and then we want to crack that down. Okay, so we're gonna start this up. Let it do the little countdown. We got that lined up. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we should be good to go. I'm gonna assume over 410. I'm thinking, just the way this gun shot when I was playing around with it, I'm gonna say as high as 450. See if I'm right. Oh, yeah, got to take it off safe every time you do a reload. 393. Okay, so a little less than I thought. That's okay. That's still close to that 410 mark. And again, these are lead pellets. They're not high velocity alloy pellets. They're not super heavy lead pellets, but they are. So 393, 400. Okay, so temperature isn't going to play a role in here because this is not a CO2 gun. All right, I'll get these things picked up here. Yeah, I'm getting better at putting this in here. Okay, take it off safe. 405, so we're going up a little bit. I'm not really sure why. Maybe the barrel's just kind of breaking in here, if there's any little bits of debris in there. Wait, did I load that on right? Yeah. Okay, one doesn't seem, that pellet didn't seem as tight. So we'll see if that affects the FPS. 403, okay. I'm gonna throw away the first few just because of that whole breaking in, barrel debris. 405, I'll do one more. Because it looks like we're up in the 405-ish. We're really close to that 410. So, like there are lighter lead pellets than this. So even with lead pellets, you're going to get 400 plus FPS. 404. Okay, that's enough. So just up and over 400. We did have, I think the first one was like 309 or 390-ish. We're going to throw those first couple away and just do the reading on the last 3 or 4 shots that I did that were up in the 400s, because it seemed to sort of get up there and then stay. All right, so I'm going to set up a fresh paper target and probably put about 5 or 6 rounds into it. We'll see how it goes. I'm not worried about exact shot placement, like hitting the bullseye. My goal here is going to be to just get a tight grouping. This gun is fully adjustable, so at any point, I can adjust it and get it right where I want the, the pellet to land at different ranges, what I'm going to be shooting at. So let's set that paper target up and see what happens. Okay, so I've just set up a fresh paper target, and we're, again, 30 feet down range. We're going to put 5 to 6 rounds, see how it goes. I do have a pellet ready to go just to save a little time here and get this ball rolling. Let's see if I can make this happen. I do enjoy shooting target pistols in the C-cam because it's not really an action shooting range. We're not shooting pop cans, so this is not an action shooter. If I was outside shooting pop cans, blowback guns, lots of fun, especially if you got semi-auto like the Crossman series of the AR series. Those are fun outside. they're still fun inside, but I do like shooting a target pistol in the airgun range because, you know, it's all about just taking your time and getting that shot lined up. This gun should be able to do it for me. We got a great trigger. We got really nice sights. It's rifled, fairly decent barrel. The only excuse I got going on other than me is maybe pellet choice. So if the shots don't work out, then it's for sure the pellets, not me. Okay, so let's get going. Okay. That felt good. And I just dropped my phone. Make sure it's still recording. Yeah, we're still recording. Good. Fell out of my pocket. Okay, so we do have to kind of reset for each shot just because that's what has to happen. So with a, you know, a semi-auto, I can just keep my hands on the bag there and everything's good to go. With this gun, I'm gonna have to kind of totally reset. That could affect accuracy just a wee bit, but let's hope not. That felt good. Maybe I can stay down here. Alrighty. Again, sausage fingers, trying to get that little pellet in there. Okay, off safe. Got to remember to take it off safe or you're going to be disappointed when you pull that trigger. I felt okay. Did it go in the right spot? I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on down there. That's 3, right? Like you're going to answer me. Yeah, Mike, it was number 3 shot. That would be cool if you could actually respond while I'm making these videos. Maybe not. Maybe there'd be a lot of comments that were silly. It's feeling good. I'm only seeing one hole unless I'm hitting the bullseye. You can't really see from here what's going on in the black, but you could kind of see the paper. And right now, all I can see is like a hole underneath the bullseye. And it's just one hole, which is good, unless they're getting up in that bullseye, and then it's going to spread it out. All right, we'll do one more. I think that's 5, and we're going to go with that. Let's see what happened. All right, so, weird. I'm going to have to look at when I go back and look. It's like we had 3 shots hit here and 2 shots hit there. But why? That's really weird. Why 2 almost like side by side, and then the other 3, because I'm pretty sure I shot 5, right in this one hole. Now I am really pushing down, and my hand is kind of, maybe it's something I shouldn't be doing, but when I push it down, I'm pushing it down over the sight. Maybe I should be pushing here so that I don't, you know, potentially disrupt the sight. Because if I'm moving this up and down, that's going to adjust the elevation. So that may have been happening while I was pushing the gun. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to shoot 2 more just to see where they go. Because if they go low or high, then we'll get an idea. It'll help us. Anyways, why not? Why not? The cameras are rolling. I still got battery. See, so I'm going to try to hold it here. You know, it's not an easy crank, but it isn't so bad once you kind of figure out the leverage. We'll do one more. Like I said, 2. So I think this is going to be 7 in total. I just want to get a better understanding of where it's actually shooting. You can kind of grab your hand it's the last bit that's heavy. So if you kind of grab your hand like this and squeeze, it does help close it up. It's just that last bit. The first part of the crank is super easy. That last bit kind of gets a little weird. Okay, it looks like now we're shooting a little to the left in between. Okay, not sure what's happening. So we had 2 there, 3 there, and 2 there. So they grouped in these little groups. But that said, this is about 1.5 inch grouping. I was expecting tighter groups with this gun. I think, you know, part of it is me. I'm not going to blame it entirely on the pellets. Maybe pellet choice could be better. Just breaking this gun in will also improve it. And it's not the trigger. It's not the sights, unless when I was cranking it, it was doing something weird with the sight. But, you know, it's pretty good out of the box. So we got, you know, we're really close to the bullseye. I was aiming just under the bullseye, as I always do, just so you can see that full bullseye. Targets are just underneath it. So this is how I'm kind of like, I don't know if you can see that in my camera here. That's kind of what I'm doing. But that said, we did get a 1.5 inch grouping. You know, these three were nice and tight. It would be great if we could have had them all overlapping like that. But perhaps, you know, perhaps I just wasn't on the game today. Perhaps when I was cranking it, the sights were moving a little bit, because we did get weird. It's like every time I shot, it kind of reset and did something else. It's almost like I feel like the sights are moving around a little bit, maybe based on how I'm cranking it up. So you just might want to be careful when you're cranking it, when you're doing that single stroke crank. I call it a crank, whatever you want to call it. It's not really I guess it's a pump, the single stroke pump. When you do that, maybe what I was doing, I'll just show you, is I was pushing it down. This is what you want to do. Don't grab the top of the sight. And then you can just grab the gun here and squeeze it. That makes it a lot easier. So I was kind of figuring it out as I went. That last little bit, if you just use your finger grip to squeeze it shut, that's going to be less jarry on the gun. And so that should help a little bit. But nice gun. I really like the way it feels. I really like the trigger. I do like the Walther P-Series style grip. It's a nice size. It's not too large or wide, so it's good for all types of hand sizes. I got big hands, but they feel fine. If you have smaller hands, it's going to feel fine. I really got used to this safety, pulling it off of there after just a few shots. You don't forget. Yeah, just want to get it a little tighter. You know, maybe just work with this gun a little bit more. Even trying some other pellets might help. You know, a round nose pellet will help for loading it, making it easier. That said, the flathead pellets load just fine once you get used to where to position them, where that barrel opening is. You can pop them in pretty quick and easy, even with huge sausage fingers. All right, thanks for watching another Replica Airguns video. Don't forget to subscribe. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. If you're interested in buying this gun, we do have it available in both our Canada and US online Replica Airgun stores over at replicaairguns.ca for Canada and replicaairguns.us for the US. I will put links in the description to buy them in those appropriate stores. If you're interested in other products, air guns, BB guns, airsoft guns, pellet guns, blank guns, and other accessories, check out those stores for those products. All right. Thanks again for watching. Until next time, take care.